Hello, good morning, and welcome to AAU Talks, the voice of higher education Africa. My name is Ajiman Otredako, and today we're honored to have a very distinguished leader in our midst, Professor Wahab Olasupo Egebwole. He serves as the Vice Chancellor for the University of Ilorin and also the Secretary General for the Association of West African Universities. You can begin to imagine with his wealth of experience and dedication, he plays a very pivotal role in shaping the future of African higher education and also ensuring that we have the topmost of academic excellence. So today in the interview, we just want to understand his foresight in shaping the future of higher education, innovation and insight he has to share towards the teeming challenges we have within the higher education space in Africa and a whole lot more. So stay with us. Don't go anywhere. We'll let you know who he is actually, and then we'll dive into discussions. We'll be right back. You're welcome back on AAU Talks, the voice of higher education African. Can you imagine, or have you ever found anyone with a name attached to a very, very distinguished title, that a senior advocate of Nigeria? And this person is right here with me in the studio, Professor Wahab Olasupo Egebwole. Prof, you're welcome to AAU Talks.
Thank you so very much, Ako. It's my pleasure being here.
Great, sir. And the very first thing we want to know is, how does it feel to have a title attached to your name as a senior advocate for Nigeria?
Thank you. Really great, exciting, and fulfilling that one has reached the peak of the profession, because that's the essence of being a senior advocate of Nigeria. And to now assume that at the academic level, you are a professor, at the level of profession, you are a senior advocate, and of course, at the level of administration in higher education, you're a Vice Chancellor. Really great, and it humbles me and makes me to continuously appreciate my Creator for giving me opportunity to have traversed in all these sectors and reaching the peak in each and every one of them. So exciting, fulfilling, and on the whole, it's a very humbling experience.
Indeed, there's a divine touch to your accomplishments. And with all these accomplishments, one would want to find out, you are an accomplished academic. You're also an accomplished legal luminary, and a whole lot more to your credentials. How does it feel becoming the Vice Chancellor for the University of Ilorin and also Secretary General for the Association of West African Universities?
Well, that's also another opportunity for me to be grateful to God. I was appointed the Vice Chancellor, the 11th Vice Chancellor of the University of Ilorin in September 2022, and by February 2023, I was elected as the Secretary General of Association of West African Universities. It is interesting for us to appreciate the fact that University of Ilorin played a very critical role in the establishment of the Association of West African Universities. Of course, that was not the basis upon which I was elected. The election was keenly contested at the 8th conference of the association, which held in Gambia. And myself, I was elected Secretary General. Professor Bangpong of the UCC was elected as the chairman, and the mandate was to ensure that we continue to engage the universities in West Africa to ensure that, one, our researches retains the top notch that it is, our teaching is also excellent, and that our community service is something that will be impactful on the community. Essentially, we've continued to play this role as Secretary General and as officers of Association of West African Universities. And of course, this also has a way of impacting on our various universities, because at the end of the day, it creates a networking opportunity. It creates an opportunity to advance the course of higher education. It also assists us to ensure that the synergy that should exist, especially in our peculiar circumstance in West Africa, Anglophone, Francophone, how we can really come together to propel the advancement of higher education.
And it's interesting to find out that you are a legal luminary and also a higher education administrator. Which of these two were the prime purpose? Which did you set out to do at first, and which one came later on as a bonus?
Well, I see myself as I have referenced it so many times as an accidental academic, but that is in the realm of human. I know that it has its own divine implications. To become a vice chancellor, ordinarily you are supposed to apply for lecturing job. But I was just sitting in my office when the letter was given to me, come and start lecture in the university. And of course, this is why they always say you must make it while the sun shines, because you don't know when the opportunity will come. When the Faculty of Law was to be re-established in our university, they were looking for people that had masters in law, and I happened to be one of them. That you can see that my hard work has met with that opportunity. That's why I said it's an accident. But in spite of that, I told myself, yes, this is coming on my laps. I needed to work on it and give it my best shot to ensure that I do not disappoint those that identified me, that I'm worthy of being considered for such a position. I have laid this background for you to know that making a choice is not actually mine, but I was able to combine the two effectively because my researches was focused on legal issues, everyday legal issues, focusing on the electoral jurisprudence, focusing on the judiciary. And at the end of the day, they both complemented themselves. Now, talking about the administration, from the very first few weeks that I was given appointment, I started, we have great mentors who identified potentials in each of us. I was a sub-dean of my faculty. I became a head of department. I was the dean of the faculty. I was director of general studies. I was a member of the governing council. I was incidentally the secretary of the association of university lecturers. I was also chairman of the association of university lecturers. At the same time, I was chairman of Nigerian Bar Association. So you can see that all these things were just weaved together, not by my power, nor my might. I think it's somehow my colleagues will see, oh, this person can do it. They give me the opportunity, and I'll try and discharge my responsibility as faithfully as I can, as is within my capacity. And of course, as we say in Nigeria, the reward for hard work is more work. And you leave one, you have to go into another, essentially. But now looking at combining the vice chancellorship and the secretary generalship of Association of West African Universities, it has a link in a way, because first and foremost, the design of the Association of West African Universities is that to be at the leadership position, you must be a vice chancellor, a sitting vice chancellor in your institution. And I think it was a well-crafted and well-informed policy position, because somehow, whatever it is that you are doing in your university should have an impact in other universities within the sub-region. And that was why my presentation at the University of Cape Coast recently, a few days ago, with regards to internationalization, I made the point that in Africa, we need to create what I call the concentric circles of internationalization. That is, we don't just internationalize by collaborating with the East or the West, but let us start within, and that was why uh, as Vice Chancellor, I started what I call the Consortium of Universities in Kwara State,
Okay.
where we do a lot of things in common. Whatever is the weakness of University of Ilorin will be assisted by Kwara State University. Whatever is their own strength will support that of Thomas Adewumi University. Whatever is the weakness of Thomas Adewumi will be complemented by Mohammed Kamaluddin University. And of course, that has seriously assisted us. And in the last 2 years, we've had 2 international conferences trying to interrogate the place of higher education in Africa.
That is brilliant, Prof. And you know, we find the University of Ilorin's vision gloriously enshrined. It has stood the test of time. You are the 11th Vice Chancellor. You've served since 2022, and I believe you've added value to that foresight. What difference have you made with the very stable vision that you came to meet? What difference have you made with it?
Thank you so very much. When I came on board, I came with a vision I called 110-500.
Interesting.
Our goal is to ensure that University of Ilorin reclaims its #1 position in Nigeria. We would be one of the very best 10 in Africa, and will be one of the best 500 in the world.
Great.
And this vision is driven by what I call the SMART agenda. My SMART agenda is sustainable development, monumental achievement, adaptive capacity, response to change, and teamwork.
Great.
This vision and the agenda with which it's driven has really impacted on the way we do our businesses in the university. And I can tell you that in the last 2 years, we have been able to reorientate the workforce. We have injected the technology into our processes. We have also improved on the infrastructural facilities that we met on ground. And more importantly, we have built a team that will transform our university and catapult it to all these levels that we have identified. And of course, we also changed what we call our core values. We identified the fact that if we want to be a global player in higher education, integrity is important to us.
Great.
If we want to be a global player, we have to really network. If we want to be reckoned with, then we should ensure that excellence is our watchword. And of course, we have to be equitable in whatever we do with by being just to all, internally and externally. And of course, we must show a level of compassion to our community. And of course, we must really build a team. Because at the end of the day, no man is an island. At the end of the day, there is what they call a foreman. A foreman is the man that organizes at project sites.
Yeah.
But no man is actually a foreman in terms of figure 4. You are just one, but you are foreman, F-O-E-R-M-A-N. But you are not a foreman, F-O-U-R-M-A-N. Because one man cannot do what 4 people can do. So it's better for the 4 of you to come together and be able to achieve more in terms of assisting yourselves with your capacities to project the university that
Great.
of our dream.
It's important that we zoom into some very notable areas of interest to higher education, which is student experience and research excellence. How was the University of Ilorin made strides in the area of enhancing student experience and also promoting and improving research excellence?
Good. Our student experience is fantastic. Number one, we pride our students because we know that they are our future. Therefore, we treat them with all levels of courtesy. We endeavor to give them the best in terms of learning. we try to also expose them to the best of technologies that we can have. And of course, on the whole, we emphasize character. And that's why one of the things that appears strange in the higher education sector is what we call the dress code. We have a dress code in our university to ensure that there are minimum standard, irreducible minimum standard of dressing. You cannot just come to class wearing slippers. You can't come to class in the university wearing tattered jeans. It is not as if it means much, but the way you dress is the way you will be addressed. And we want our products to be addressed positively. Therefore, we inculcate in them those values. And of course, we also, with the engagement now, we designed what we call You Inspire. You Inspire is to ensure that you are not just coming to university to have LLB, have BA, have BSc, have MBBS, but we want to add value in terms of imbuing them with soft skills.
All right, Prof. So let's take these very topical issues in higher education in Africa, which is about students' experience and research excellence. We're trying to, how is the University of Ilorin helping in improving students' experience on campus and also advancing research excellence?
Thank you. Our university puts premium and pride on our students. We see them as the reason why we exist as a university. And that is why we engage them extensively. We consult with them on practically all decisions. We also try to ensure that they are not just learners, that they also share their own worldview on every, and that's why our teaching is not just regurgitating, dictating notes. It's essentially a two-way approach. And of course, we also give them opportunity to have more than they are bargained for. A price, they pay a price of 1 for 2 by ensuring that they don't just have their certificates in whatever field of study that they have applied for. We are also giving them opportunity to have soft skills in terms of communication, networking, technology, and of course commercialization of their knowledge. We now created what we call You Inspire, where we have opportunity of industry and academic coming together to take them on some of their trainings. And of course, we also value who they are, and that's why we provided what we call a dress code for our students, because we want the world to see them differently. And my address if you check our website, it says welcome to the citadel of possibilities. That is what Ilorin represents. And of course, talking about research, the essence of a university is essentially research driven. But what kind of research do we place premium or value on in our university? We place premium on impactful researches that will definitely have its result in our communities, especially our immediate communities. And that is why our engineering faculty is doing car services for the community. Our engineering is also involved in some other with some other artisans. And of course, we now created a synergy between our university and our communities by training, for instance, drivers, training mechanics, training, and having them to have certification that it is not the English kind of, but practical training. But for instance, how do you ensure that you have a proper account for your business? How do you ensure that your business is properly registered with government? How do you keep processes with respect to your businesses. That's the kind of impact that we are having, and that's the kind of research that we are driving in our university.
Amazing. We'll be taking a look at this dashboard on the top priorities of our WOW after this short break. Stay with us. Be right back.
Hello Africa is a live breakfast show that aims to give you, our viewers, an informative, entertaining, and energizing start to your day. This isn't just another news show. It takes the form of vibrant magazine packed with news reviews, lifestyle features, engaging interviews, and interactive segments that put you at the center of the action.
All you have to do is grab your coffee, get comfortable, and join us for the Hello Africa morning show. We are here to kickstart your day with the news and stories that matter to you, alongside all the fun and inspiration we crave.
Every morning, join us for
the latest headlines in African higher education, science, and
quick and informative newspaper and online news review,
lifestyle tips on fitness, nutrition, fashion, and beauty,
inspiring interviews with influential figures and everyday heroes,
performances and interactive contests, and so much more.
In Ethiopia, Salam Africa.
In North Africa, Alan Afrikia.
In Swahili, Jambo Africa.
Tune in every Monday from 8 a.m. to 10 o'clock GMT. Join us to make it a fantastic day together.
Hello Africa, your daily connection to the continent.
Explore a whole new world of exciting visuals with AAU TV. Get ready for a mix of interesting talk shows, interviews, discovery documentaries, and news on AAU TV. It's not just about watching TV, it's about experiencing something special. AAU TV reaches over 25 countries in Africa, bringing you a blend of knowledge and fun. Learn about different cultures as you enjoy the shows. If you have events or want to showcase your business, we've got you covered. Watch AAU TV free-to-air channel on satellite. Connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly known as Twitter, at AAU TV. Reach out on call or WhatsApp us at +233 26 629 6601 or +233 20 399 5210. AAU TV, the voice of higher education in Africa.
Welcome back. If you just joined us, it is AAU Talks, and we're having in the studio Professor Wahab Olasupo Egebwole, who is the Vice Chancellor for the University of Ilorin and also Secretary General for the Association of West African Universities. And talking about WOW, we want to just feel the privilege of taking a look at your dashboard as Secretary General for WOW. What are the top priorities on your table as a WOW SecGen, and how are you from day-to-day basis operationalizing and also materializing your goals and visions?
Thank you so very much. The focus of WOW is regional integration of higher education in the West African sub-region. And this goal is essentially driven by, one, the need for all universities in West Africa to come together and identify essentially the challenges that West Africa is facing, and we will look at it headlong. Secondly, we are also looking at the need for technology to drive higher education in the West African sub-region. And of course, you know that there is this divide in the West Africa Anglophone, Francophone. We want to see how we can blur that divide and see everybody as one and act together. And that's why we move our conferences, one Anglophone to the
Francophone.
The 2024 our conference was held in Ghana.
Okay.
The 2025 will come up in Senegal, Dakar,
Great.
Senegal.
Great.
In 2025 in February. We focused on multidisciplinary technology and regional integration. The last one was regional integration and technology. The next one is focusing on artificial intelligence, multidisciplinary researches, and regional integration. And we are hoping that if all these discussions will be published on a regular basis in a journal and will be made available in French and English for all our universities. We have, in the last 1 year, 2 years, we have been able to up the game, and presently we are looking at the framework of quality assurance in West African higher education, and that is one of the areas that I'm taking up with Association of African Universities to see how they can, quote unquote, babysit WAU to come up with a policy. And for me, it is not about the universities alone. It's about our governments. Yes, at the national level, we have what we call quality assurance at the individual regulatory authorities level. But there's need to create that regional quality assurance platform for a more effective operational mode.
And one would say AWAL has been doing a lot. Can you share with us some of the collaborative initiatives that AWAL is leading among its member universities thus far?
Thank you. Like I said, we have annual conferences. We also have a production of a biannual journal. 3, we have a newsletter that comes up every month to call attention to the areas of the niche areas and what is happening in University A or University B, how we can copy within ourselves these issues. Like I said, our next phase is quality assurance.
Great.
Because what affects one should affect all. If we don't have an appropriate synergy, we will discover that there's quality in University A, there's no quality in University B. And of course, it means at the end of the day, the quality will be watered down across the board.
Prof, so those are well done with how you are leading change amongst your member universities. But let me also seek your candid position on this one. I've asked a couple of people about what they find as the top 3 challenging issues in African higher education, and everybody seems to bring different perspectives. To your perspective, what in your own knowledge and understanding and experience are the top 3 wicked challenges affecting West African higher education?
One, funding. But when I talk about funding, I don't mean dollar, pound sterling, and the rest as the basis of most of these operations, but where we actually want to be and the cost of getting there is what I mean by funding. For instance, we want to do a research on artificial intelligence. If it's going to take us $1 billion, is it possible for us to raise $1 billion? Because studying artificial intelligence is a very novel idea. It's an idea that will sell any day. But are we putting our money in such things? So that's my 2, infrastructural deficiencies. Now, when we talk about infrastructural deficiencies, you will discover that to set up a medical school is not a joke. It costs multi-million dollars. Are we really setting our priorities right to ensure that the infrastructures that our universities will need is gotten.
Yeah.
And of course, the third, in my view, is what kind of research are we engaging in? What I've come to realize is that most researchers are interested in research that will end up in counting for their promotion. Whereas research should actually be community driven. Researches should be something that will positively change your society, irrespective of whether it will be acknowledged or not. And for us, when we talk about research in Africa, in West Africa, we should be mindful of the fact that collaborating outside of that ring may not necessarily give the desired result. Because yes, you may want to do a research in Ile-Ife, for instance. Ile-Ife is in the southwest of Nigeria.
Okay.
But somebody from US, an organization from UK, an organization from Canada may be ready to fund that research.
Yeah.
But we should ask ourselves, is the funding coming for that research for the purpose of that research or for the purpose of gathering data for that community to be used in Canada, to be used in UK, or to be used in US? We should therefore redirect, refocus our researches to ensure that it is tailored to solving community problems.
And that is,
for me, those are the three major, in my view.
you know, the spotlights will now shift from this point to Awao in this case.
Yes.
With all these, you've passionately expressed the challenges, and indeed they are weighing a lot within the space. And the question is, how is Awao supporting member universities to transcend beyond these key challenges, particularly with adaptation to technological needs, which is now teeming everywhere we go?
Yes, thank you. I identified funding, and I believe that if what Awao is doing is to create a network that University A may not have the funding, but they have the researcher. University B has the funding, they don't have the researcher. So is it possible for them to come together? Also, we are looking at the possibility of shared infrastructures. That is, I can set up a medical school and create virtual laboratories that are available in Ghana to be useful for my students in Nigeria, that are available in Gambia to be used for my students in Senegal, that are available in Dakar to be used for my students in Benin Republic. That's the kind of thing that we are doing. But it has its own peculiar challenges too, as a wow, because this divide is there, Anglo and Franco, but more importantly, there's also the language barrier, which we are trying to seriously, because most of our conferences will provide interpreters and the rest. But I think it is far not enough. We should actually, is it possible for us to have a language that will unite all of us? I know that's a tall order, but it is achievable if we really put our minds to it in such a way that we are no longer seen as any of the divider, Anglo or Franco, but we are seen as West African scholars.
And let me also seek your candid opinion on this one too. How do you see higher education evolving in West Africa over the next decade?
For me, I have a very high hope of a flourishing, a more effective, a more impactful, a more enduring and sustainable higher education in West Africa in future. Because one, we are leveraging technology already. Two, we are also calling attention to some of those things that are not called attention to before now in the training of our students. We emphasize lifelong training. That it is not just, I have had my BSc, I already have my BA, and that is the end of the world. No, even with your BA, with your BSc, with your LLB, you are still a learner for the rest of your life. And if you have that mindset, if you're able to reorientate ourselves to that mind, it means that they constantly will be engaging in what will contribute to the development of our region.
And one thing I also want to know is what has been the most rewarding part of your time and your role as Vice Chancellor and also Secretary General for our.
Well, it's too early to call. It's just 2 years down the line. I still have 3 years as Vice Chancellor, but I have just a year to round off as Secretary General. And for me, one of the major things that we have succeeded in doing with my other colleagues at the level of the leadership of AWAU is to constantly create the awareness of the need for us to come together. 2, we have also consistently called attention to regional integration. And of course, we have succeeded in emphasizing the need for multidisciplinary approach to researches, because somebody in music will effectively participate in a research that is medicine driven, because dance is a form of medicine and music is also a form of medicine. We are not seeing this before now. A lawyer will not attach any value to the technology in his area, forgetting that it is possible for technology to assist in the discharge and the training of lawyers.
That is very interesting synergies you just prepared over there. I think we need to find a way to link these two up, all these very unique aspects up. You know, Prof, one other area where I think this is for my young people out there who have read about Professor Wahab and are inspired. He's a legal luminary. He has a very huge stake to play in the Nigerian community. He also is an accomplished academic. So you're asking yourself, how are you able to achieve one great stride in law and also become another great giant in higher education? Is it really possible? Yes, he is a testament of that achievement. And we want to know what kind of footsteps or what kind of shoes must one wear? What kind of footsteps must one take? What kind of spectacles must one wear, the foresight, to be able to hold on to these achievements? And thus far, what do we have to do?
One, I want to appeal to our young ones to believe that they can do it. That's number one. Therefore, they must remain focused at all times, never ever get their eyes off the ball. 2, there is no shortcut. Hard work, hard work, hard work. If you are hardworking, luck will come your way. And of course, we must also appreciate the value of integrity, because if you are integrity driven, you are hardworking, that thing that you think is elusive, money that you are looking for will start looking for you. And of course, there's also the hand of God. Whatever you do, whatever you believe in by way of your Creator, hold on to it and let it be your guiding spirit at every point in time. Never ever do bad to anybody, because it has a way of coming back to you as individuals. Be good to all, be open to all, trust everybody, investigate, however, to ensure that you don't overtrust for nothing. And for me, the future of the young Africa, the future of the young West African, and the future of our communities is still on us. Nobody's going to do it for us. We're going to do it by ourselves. And if you have to do it by ourselves, then it means we have to roll up our sleeves and get to work and work and work, and of course believe in God.
Sure. I believe you may have been nodding your head through this nostalgic, I would say, words that Professor Wahab has been saying thus far. These are very spirited words that go a long way to shape your mind and heart. Prof, thank you so much for passing through the AAU Secretariat and also being our guest on AAU Talks. I'm so glad to share a seat with you and also discuss these very important issues with you from your office as Vice Chancellor of University of Ilorin. We pray that you are always graced to lead the fort and lead the university higher, and also for a while, for that all your goals are accomplished, so that posterity will always mention you and quote your ways, and perhaps will also develop what you had done in the past. At this point, we crown this interview session with his words, not my words, his words, that you also have to hold on to integrity and always believe in the hand of God in what you do. It has been a great time on AAU Talks, the voice of higher education in Africa. My name is Ajiman Otredako, and I'm just a facilitator helping Professor Wahab Olasupo Egebwole lead the words and share with us his ideas, his insight in shaping the future of higher education in Africa through his office as Vice Chancellor and also as Secretary General for a while. We come your way next time on AU Talks. Be safe and bye.